Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Zed. Today I'm going to be talking about WKHS. I'm going to go through technical analysis, news, and what I think about this company. Make sure to watch my previous video after this one to get a bit more insight in depth about the stock. Nonetheless, this is a standalone video that you should be able to get everything I'm trying to relay through this video. Make sure to drop a like to this video to help the channel grow, subscribe, and leave notifications on, and let's jump right into it. On the 1 week perspective, what we get to see here on the MACD, that's actually testing in a negative reversal. It looks like it's still within that trend, even though an uptrend is seen here. So you're seeing high highs and high lows, but the volume is actually losing out. So it's losing interest week per week. However, the unbalanced volume is actually building up. ADX gives us a really strong warning that says this trend has been going on way too fast for way too long. For way too fast over an extended amount of time. So when you see this jump over here and it stabilizes, and then a massive jump and it stabilizes, and that's what increases the ADX to 5904. And what it gives us is a warning sign that the trend might break down easily, and when it does, it's going to fall sharply. William %R is sitting at neutral. Momentum is quite alright, not the strongest and not the weakest it had. Moving average is extremely bullish, above the trading action zone. So if it does dip to even down to below 1530, it has a high chance of positive reversal, a bullish reversal. Taking a quick look into a 1 day perspective, what we get to see here is an unbalanced volume that is quite stable. It's dipping just a little. Volume was massive today. On the MACD, it looks like it attempted to curve yesterday, and it's actually continuing towards that, so it's curving upwards. ADX shows in a strong indication that there is a trend. There was a negative trend here, and then it kind of is reversing from that. William %R is sitting at neutral. Momentum looks like it's actually gaining back momentum after it went to sub-zero. Moving averages looks quite bullish. Now coming on towards the moving averages band, the bottom is sitting at 23.19, the middle is sitting at 25.83, and the top is sitting at 28.4. Now, stochastic fast and stochastic slow. So the fast one is actually looking like it might be dipping down a little now, and it's heading towards a pullback, probably all the way down to 34.15. The stochastic slow looks like it's actually curving a little bit stable, so that would be probably around this region would be the buy area. So we exited the buy area from the 22s to the 23 up, so it doesn't tell us much yet on the slow. Moving on to Fibonacci retracement, it's weird to see the stock that was trading down to 132 in March dips in 37 cents like this time last year, or sorry, probably almost $1 like this time last year. The end of the year was 37 cents. That is trading up to $30.99 or $31. So the support is sitting at 24.87 on the Fibonacci resistance and 30.99 on resistance, and the other one is support. Now coming on towards supports and resistances, 26.21 is the current support, 25.21 is the next one, and the one after that we're interested in is 24.49, 23.29, 21.27, 21.43, and we're looking at 2063, 2017. Resistances here, we're looking at 2655, 2678, 2712, 2764, 2795, and then the one that probably will cut it or make it would probably be 2807. If it does break that, then it can easily see a higher spike. You get to see it did break 2807 today. It went up to 37, which is another resistance, and then dropped down 30.7. Let's jump into the news. What do I think about this company here? So just to give an insight, if in case this is the first time you're looking at the stock, they basically have, think about Nikola Badger kind of trucks. They have that. They also have the USPS or UPS or FedEx kind of trucks that go electric. And think about UAVs when it comes to their drones. Slap all that together, and that's what you get for the stock. So they have HorseFly UAV delivering systems. They have the electric work vans. They already have partners including UPS, DHL, FedEx, Ryder Electric, and I did go through my past video more in depth about the partners for the sample customers as well, and their products going to C650, C1000, C450, and 650. The one that I'm also interested on is, well, other than they have their partners and supplies set, including the manufacturing, that majority of it is done in the US, in Ohio and Indiana. So that is amazing. The vehicle assembly facility is in Indiana, so it's American made. What I'm excited about is the state of the art safety and driver experience for the Lordstown Endurance electric pickup truck. So that is something that I would really love to see. It's gonna be basically they're gonna have the Lordstown Motor partnership that will own approximately 10% valued $160 million of the newly announced Ride SPAC merger with Lordstown Motors. Workhorse granted Lordstown a license with technology and design for the Workhorse W15 pickup truck. Lordstown will be the sole manufacturer of the vehicle. The 6.2 million square feet facility was purchased from General Motors and can produce up to 250,000 vehicles per year. I mean, this for me here is quite more exciting than the actual contracts that they're going for solely onto the delivery trucks. So this one is kind of exciting for me as well. Perhaps leading on towards the pickup trucks style and not the cyber kind of trucks that Tesla has. So that is something to consider. When we're looking into institutional buyers, what we get to see here is quite a good balance. I mean, on the end of the month, or sorry, end of last month, it was a little bit choppy. There's more addition to it. Going on 29th to 28th, and usually it's fun classes. Going on towards earlier this month, we get to see some additions and some subtractions to their portfolio. So that is something to consider. It's basically they're thinking about it sideways, and it looks mixed, right? So it's added into index funds, which happens at the end of the month, but at the same time, some positions have cashed out on it. It just could be just cashing out. That is something to consider. On the 28th, there's been a sale of around 50,000 shares for DMOT Harry. 17th sales. What you get to see here is there's a trend, even though they have a lot of remaining shares, and that's something to consider, right? If they think this company is going under, they're going to sell a lot more of their shares. They're just selling just a few. But the big indication here, and some of them, by the way, is exercise and awards, so part of their kind of income. But one thing that really is weird to me is the last purchase that happened was 95 cents. Before that, 272. I don't see another purchase happening in a long time. So that can kind of give us an indication that they think that the price is too high to buy stocks in their own selves. I mean, themselves, right? They're exercising the warrants, which is normal, but I don't see a direct purchase order. That is something that is somewhat alarming for me. So moving on, just not to forget, last month we had Lucas Joseph Theodore having 4.7% of the company from 5 million shares. They also had a vote, submission matters for vote that is happening here. September 21st was the vote for it, and nothing here very much off alarming for me. Usually just giving shares to stockholders, the board of directors, and then going on towards the maximum number of shares convenient with notes and usual stuff. Moving on as well, we get to see the $200 million in convertible note financing that's been given to them, and they're able to sell 4% of the senior secured convertible notes that are due in 2024. We're talking about $200 million. That gives them a strong indication that they don't need an offering, and that they have enough cash to execute the manufacturing for all these vehicles, given that they get the USPS, United States Postal Services contract. And that is one that is massive on this one, and a lot of the stocks movement relies onto that. Now coming on towards what I think about this company and where do I think it's going to go. I think it's probably going to rally a little bit more. It's probably going to break the $39.99. But closer towards where elections are, you know, when what I'm imagining is the White House government, as they have been doing, trying to undercut the postal services, the USPS contract might get delayed. Now, the other thing is that if they do get a stimulus, Democrats are trying to push a bill for the United States, or sorry, funding for the United States Postal Services that can fund the $6 billion in contract for this company. Now, the next thing happening is, well, what if Trump or Biden wins? I think that both of them will be pressured to fix the USPS aging fleet, and they're going to be pushed towards making this happen. So I think that the contract will go through either way. If they one of them get filled, both of them get filled. Sorry, either getting a Democrat or Republican in office, but getting a Democrat in the office might actually be a bit more positive, since they're more about spending a little, so they're less conservative. So it would probably go more money towards the USPS. That is just my thoughts. What do you think about the sticker? Make sure you mention down in the comments below. Sure, subscribe and like. You have a wonderful day.